an ancient royal palace with grand marble pillars and golden accents. King Solomon, a young man with a wise and calm demeanor, sits on a majestic golden throne adorned with intricate carvings. The hall is filled with courtiers in colorful robes, looking toward the king with respect and awe. Warm sunlight streams in through tall windows with stained glass patterns. The atmosphere is regal and solemn, a grand courtroom scene inside the palace. Two women, both visibly distressed and wearing simple but distinct robes, enter the hall. One woman clutches a lifeless child wrapped in a faded cloth, while the other holds a crying baby. They stand before King Solomon, their faces a mixture of sorrow and determination. The audience in the courtroom watches with curiosity and tension, a close-up of the two women as they argue before King Solomon. The first woman, with tear-streaked cheeks, points accusingly at the second woman while pleading with the king. The second woman stands defiant, shaking her head and holding the crying baby protectively. The baby's cries echo softly, adding emotional weight to the scene. Solomon watches silently, his expression thoughtful. King Solomon, still seated on his throne, raises his hand to silence the court. His calm yet commanding voice carries through the hall. A guard in shining armor steps forward, drawing a large, gleaming sword. The crowd gasps in shock. The scene is tense, with dramatic lighting highlighting Solomon's face as he gives his bold command. The first woman collapses to her knees, her hands outstretched toward Solomon. Tears stream down her face as she cries out, begging for the baby's life to be spared. The camera pans to the second woman, who stands cold and indifferent, her arms crossed as she agrees to divide the child. The atmosphere is heavy with emotion. A moment of silence as Solomon raises his hand to stop the guard. He points to the first woman and declares her the true mother. The crowd erupts into murmurs of amazement. The first woman looks up, her face lighting up with joy and relief as she cradles the living child. The second woman scowls and looks away, defeated. The palace hall fades into a softer, brighter tone. The true mother holds her child tightly, surrounded by murmuring courtiers praising Solomon's wisdom. Solomon sits back on his throne, a faint smile on his face, as the camera pans out to show the grand hall filled with admiration. The final frame captures the peaceful palace bathed in golden light, symbolizing justice and wisdom.